Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Where did the idea for batches come from?
Well, I explained this is how we just said let's just fund a few at once so that we can learn faster than if we funded them asynchronously.
But was there any sort of research that went into this, or was it just kind of like it felt right?
No,
it felt like let's just try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
We said let's just try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And the batch thing was just totally random. We just wanted to learn very quickly, and we found out it turned out to be one of those just great accidents because we learned, we put up the application, and Paul was pretty well known for his essays, so we did get some visitors to the Y Combinator site, and we got, I think, a couple hundred applications.
Wow,
which we were
at the first batch.
Yeah, we were just delighted, and we pitched Y Combinator more like, come to this summer program if you're an undergrad or graduate student, and if you want to go back to school. If your idea doesn't work out, you can just go back to school. It was very loose, exactly. And we got a bunch of applications, and we're like, wow, this is great. So I think we interviewed 25 of the applications over Saturday and Sunday in March or April, and we funded 8
of 2005.
Of 2005,
yeah.
We funded 8. One of which is sort of a famous story, the Reddit guys. We didn't fund because they were 21 years old and wanted to do ordering food on your cell phone before smartphones were even out. They had no contacts with McDonald's or anything like that, but they thought it was a great idea back then, and we rejected them, but I loved them. And I kept saying like, oh, I loved those guys. And so Paul called them and said, they were on an Amtrak going back to UVA, and Paul called them and was like, we like you guys, can you come back and we'll just brainstorm new ideas? Because we just didn't like your idea. And they got off in New Haven. And Paul sent me an email like, those guys are back in. I was at work. I hadn't quit yet. I was about to quit. And I was like, yes! But we also funded in that batch Sam Altman of Loop.
And he was out here, right? He was at Stanford?
He was at Stanford, and we actually tried to brush him off. We said, you're just a freshman, there'll be plenty of time, because he was speaking in some pitch competition. We said, there are plenty of years for you to apply. And he said, I'm a sophomore and I'm coming. And he came, he did the red eye, flew out in the interview. And we also had the Justin TV guys in that batch doing a different idea, doing an online calendar that launched like a month before Google launched their calendar and crushed them. But it's okay. We had a good group that summer. So it worked out, and we thought, like, all these guys became really good friends, and they helped one another with their problems, and we thought, wow, this is interesting, these batch funding things.